What's up, bullish friends? I hope you guys are doing well out there today. And man, I've got so many projects I need to update you guys on. So today we are jumping right into the updates that were provided from yield nodes. And I know a lot of my audience, I know a lot of you guys are in this. So let's talk about this. And in this, we're going to cover upcoming profits that we're still going to be able to get from yield nodes according to the yield nodes team. And we are also going to cover when the Yield Nodes Pro should take place and should start. And then we're also going to cover my thoughts and my reaction to their recent, it wasn't an AMA, it was just like more of like a talk about what they have going on. So let's cover that. Let's get right into this. So on November 2nd, this was 2 days ago as of now, it's November 4th right now, they put out a little update here. And it just says, Dear Yield Noders, here is this week's video update concerning emergency claim withdrawals. Decenemy, how we bring coins back to value, why master noding is ongoing, and much more. Please watch carefully as it will answer a lot of questions. And I do recommend that you guys go and watch this video after you get done with this video here. I will put this link in the description below. It's like a 50-minute video, so it takes a little while to get through, but it does answer a lot of questions. And they cover pretty detailed information. So what I do like, well, I'll cover that in a minute, but I like the way they are handling this and the way they're handling kind of a bad situation. So make sure to watch that. I'll give you a little more info here in just a moment. But Steve continues here. Remember, during the transitional period to 2023, your balances will still gain 5% quarterly revenue until we go back to normal and have coin assets pegged to real values. So even while you wait, your assets appreciate and do not depreciate. So that still earns us 20% on a year, which is more than you get typically out of almost any other investment out there in the world, okay? So they're still giving us 5% quarterly on our assets that we have inside of our accounts. Okay, so I do like that they're still continuing to do that. And then finally, they close with thanks for hanging in there. As said before countless times, we go nowhere, and we work hard to make it a comeback for the book. Sincerely, Steve. Okay, so awesome news there that we're going to still be getting paid out while they're working on the transition over to Yield Nodes Pro. Now let's go into the mail archive here to today. This just came out a couple hours ago, and we will cover this information. So I'm not going to read this whole thing. You can find this inside your account, but I am going to cover a couple of the important topics. The main important topic here is for anyone who's wanting to get out of yield nodes. There's going to be a way for you to do that. And so here's where they start. Dear yield noders, as promised, short recap. The claims page is on track for November 14th, allowing you to post offers for transferring some or all of your account balances to others. The minimum asking price is 10% of the amount offered. An example, 90% discount on the amount, but you're free to set any other value, even if that includes a premium such as 150 or 300%. The minimum you can sell will scale up by 10% every 2 weeks in order to appreciate positions being offered, so patience is key as we work on building interest and demand. We would never suggest selling below par value, but we understand that some people may have overcommitted themselves and cannot wait for Decenemy to materialize with the full profit potential, so this is a way out for them. Okay, so what they're basically saying here is that on November 14th, if everything goes according to plan, as a member of Yield Nodes, we'll be able to come in here and list our account balance to basically sell our account off if we want, okay? If we don't want to stay in to go forward, and hopefully someone would come along and buy that. And mainly this is for people who, as they mention here, have overextended themselves and really need access to that money. So you can actually sell it for below what your balance is, for what your balance is set at. I personally wouldn't do that, but I never invest anything that I can't afford to lose, so I'm never worried too much about my investments that way. But if you do need access to that, that's something that you might want to consider. Anyway, so that's cool. So it looks like on November 14th, they're going to open that up by the looks of it. So if you are someone that has been wanting to sell and get out of this, you should be able to get listed. And they do cover this in the, I keep wanting to call it an AMA, but it was just like basically a recap of what they're doing. Again, I'll put that link in the description below. They continue, the claims page is the only way to profit from the full Dcinemy Yield Nodes Pro and the only way to enter. So even though the current mood is low, it will be growing as assets are displayed and Dcinemy comes to life. So now is probably the most inopportune moment to sell. But again, this is your call. And I happen to agree with them right now. You probably wouldn't get anyone that's wanting to pay 100% for the account. So just because of, the way everyone feels about yield nodes right now. So it's probably going to be something that's harder to sell at full value. So just keep that in mind. Let's see here. In time, the claims page will evolve into a full marketplace that will remain open indefinitely as a way to sell yourself out of or buy yourself into Dcinemy and Yield Nodes Pro. And as we grow, the asset base coming in will become one of the ways to monetize the project. They talk about interviews here. If you want to interview them and get them on, I might see if I can get them on the channel. I don't know if they'd be up for it. I mean, the channel's not huge yet, but hey, I can ask. But that's pretty much, I'm just double checking here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for what they're talking about here. Now, they do go to say that that they're gauging interest so that when we launch in Q4 of 2023, so they're planning on getting Yield Nodes Pro launched in Q4 of 2023. That's where they'll bring in all these other assets that will then feed into our accounts and earn us more income. Until that time, we're earning 5% per quarter based on what they are saying. Okay, so that's basically where we're at with all this. Now, my thought, so after listening to their talk in the YouTube video that again is below this video in the description, I'm a little more optimistic on where everything is going. I know, like most of you guys, I was a little let down by what happened with yield nodes because it seemed pretty stable out there in a crazy world of DeFi that seemed like projects were dropping left and right, and yield nodes seemed like one of those projects that wasn't going to go anywhere. And then when they had problems, it really stung a lot of people. And my thought in all this is they seem like they're really trying to do the right thing here and get us our money back, and B, grow our income. So I do really like where they're going, and my only thought on the whole thing is I just want to see what happens from here. Again, I don't think that even if I wanted out right now completely, I don't think that I could sell the account off for what it's worth and get out with the income I would like out of this. So I'm just going to sit here and collect my 5%, on what I have in my balance for the next year until they get this launched. Now, they say Q4 of 2023 is when it's likely. So it could be a year from now before they get this out and get this really rolling. So that's just my thought. I want to know what your thoughts are. Why don't you, in the comments below, let me know what you think about yield nodes going forward. Are you going to stay in, or are you going to try to look to sell your balance off and get out of this, as this goes forward? So just want your thoughts. And as always, guys, if you enjoy this video content, give me a like, give me a subscribe, hit the notification bell. It helps this channel out. And, I'm going to keep updating you guys as this project continues on, as I'm invested in this project. So I'm going to keep updating you how everything's going. And guys, I will see you in the next video.